Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel where you can learn the Russian language. I'm happy to help you in this complicated journey. So, what's today's topic? Recently, I've got this comment explaining how to use the word разве in a short video. I liked this idea because the word разве actually is pretty interesting, and it's interesting how we can use it. And when I started to think about the video, I realized that short video is too short. 1 minute is not enough to explain how to use this word разве. So that's why now you're watching the longer video, longer than just 1 minute, where I will explain you how to use this interesting Russian word. Ready? Let's start. Okay, the word разве can be used in two situations, pretty similar but at the same time different. The first situation is when we ask a question. We have the word разве usually at the beginning of the question or somewhere in the middle where the second part of the sentence starts, but usually it's the beginning of the sentence. And the meaning of this разве at the beginning of the sentence usually shows us this idea, like, really? Is it true? So you don't believe in what you're asking, or you don't believe in what is happening. For example, we can say, разве ты никогда не был в Европе? So I'm surprised that you've never been to Europe, and that's why I can put this разве to emphasize this idea. I can simply ask, ты никогда не был в Европе? But in this case, my question is just normal. Yeah, you've never been to Europe. It's a normal question. But if I add this word разве, it shows the surprise, doubt, or maybe even a suspicion. So now we will take a few other examples so you will see how it works exactly. Another example where it sounds more like a surprise. Разве это могло случиться? So here it's a surprise, and it's not really a pleasant surprise. That's why I can ask, разве это могло случиться? Also, it can be a doubt. Разве она согласится со мной встретиться? For example, something happened, and now I doubt that she wants to see me again, or that she agrees to meet me. That's why I can use this word разве, and it shows perfectly the situation, that usually it's some kind of negativity there. Surprise, doubt, suspicion. And the second meaning. Here, when it's not a question. The word разве again has this idea of some doubt, surprise, but here it's more an exception. For example, I have a sister, and a lot of people say that we look alike and we are very similar. But at the same time, I don't really believe it, so I can use this sentence. Мы с моей сестрой похожи, разве только голосами. So, I don't really agree that we look alike, but the only thing that I think that is really similar in both of us, it's our voices. So like this, I use perfectly this example. Разве только голосами. As you can see in this example, I don't use разве separately. Usually in this meaning, разве goes in combination with other words. Usually it's разве только, разве вот, разве что. I can easily replace разве только with разве что. Мы с моей сестрой похожи разве что голосами. They are just the same. Or another example. Я не хочу сегодня никого видеть, разве только тебя. You see, I don't want to see anyone, but if I have to see someone, if I need to make this exception, it'll be you. Разве только тебя. Or разве что тебя. So it's always some kind of exception that I make to the previous sentence, to the previous phrase that I've said. And that's it. You see, obviously it's not the word that you will use really often at the level A1. There you kind of show only by intonation what you mean. But if you're already at higher levels, you need to use this word and you need to know why Russians use it and how they use it. Always, if you hear this word, remember, it's about doubt, suspicion, or surprise. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel and learn Russian with me.